Good morning. Today we will discuss about functions in C language. Whenever you are talking about a function, the people usually says that sir what function is. A function is, we can say, it's a named independent block of the statement which performs the well-defined specific task. Functions may return a value to the calling function and functions sometimes not return the value. So we can define the functions with return type and without return type. We can define the functions. How many types of functions available in C? So basically there are two types of function. One, that is library functions. Library functions means these are the inbuilt functions. We can say that these are the functions defined and declared in the respective header files. For example, we have the stdio.h, then printf and scanf are the examples of the library functions. We have seen that the string.h is the header file in which we have the functions like strcat, strchr, strstr, strcpy, strrev. So these are the library functions. But sometimes people says that sir, can we define our own functions? Yes, you can. And that category is known as a user defined functions. Functions that are defined by the user, which is known as a user defined function. Today we will learn how to create the user defined functions. But before that, we want to know that how the functions are works. For example, let me give you an example over here. Please see, that is the example available on the screen. I have the main functions, and in main function I am calling to the first function, that is function 1. Then my pointer will move to that function 1. It will simply execute all the statements of function 1, and then see what happened. My function 1 is calling the another function, that is function number 3. So my cursor will move over here in function number 3. Once all the statement of these functions are get over, the cursor will return back immediately after the next statement of that function calling environment. Once this function is over, the cursor will return back to this main, and main will execute the rest lines. Now main is calling another function, that is function 2, and it is calling the function number 2. Now all the statements of function will be executed and the cursor will be again returned back to the calling environment of main, and then it will simply execute the rest of the line. So this is the way functions are working. Now sometimes people says that sir, how we can define the function? What is the function definition and what is the function declaration? How we can declare it and how we can define it? So it is very simple. If you look carefully over here, then every function having the return type. Return type is nothing, it is just a data type like integer, float, long, character, like this. Then every function have the name, that is the function name. You can provide the parameters over here. Whenever you are declaring the function, it is known as a function prototype also. And whenever you define the function, it is known as a function definition. The parameter which are declared in the function definition, it is known as a formal parameter. And whenever the parameter which are used at the calling environment, it is known as a actual parameter. I will give you the example for the same. Right now I'm talking about the only theory. So what are the advantage of function? Function provides the modular and structured programming. So it looks very simple and it follows the top down approach. So one by one, sequence by sequence, functions are executed. Individual function can be easily built and you can even test also. And your program development become the easy. So whenever you are developing any program using the function, it will be easy for you. I will give you today example for the same, so you people will definitely believe that the program development become the easy. Frequently used functions can be put together into the customized library, and function can call another function and also itself also. When function call itself, it is known as a recursion function, and function can call another function also. There are basically two types of parameter in a function. One parameter is known as a formal parameter. Formal parameter means the parameter which is written in the function definition. It is known as a formal parameter. I will give you the practical example for the same. Actual parameter is what? The parameter which is written in the calling of the function. It is known as a actual parameter. There are two ways to pass the argument. The first way is the call by value. What is call by value? It means that the changes into the formal parameter does not affect the actual thing. It is known as a call by value. By default behavior is the call by value. Call by reference comes into the picture if and only if you are passing the array or if you are passing the address. So what is call by reference? Instead of passing a value, we can pass the address. Even if we are passing the array, then also it is a call by reference. What happened in the call by reference? Very simple. The function operates on the address rather than the values. So what happened? The value changes of the formal parameter can change the actual value. So formal argument are pointed to the actual argument, and the changes made in the formal parameter, which will be the permanent, and it will change your actual argument also. Whenever you are talking about the function, you need to definitely discuss about the storage class. Basically, there are four storage class available in C. The first one is the auto. Second one, you can declare the extern, that is externalized variable. You can declare the auto variable, you can declare the register variable, and even you can declare the static variable. So we will discuss about all these things practically. This is just a simple theory, you can say. And if you talk individually, then you can say that this is the function definition. These are the advantage. Basically, there are two types of parameter, actual parameter and formal parameter. Four storage class are there. Two ways to pass the argument, that is call by value and call by reference. This is the function definition and declaration. These are the types of function, that is library function and user defined function. And this is the way the function is working on. But I want to know in detail how to do the same practically. So if you want to know the same practically, then we can move towards the C editor. So I'm just moving towards the code block. And here we will simply write the code of function. Whenever you discuss about the function, you must know that basically there are four types of function. The first case is, that is no return type and no argument. No return type, no argument. The second category is no return type but with argument. No return type but with argument. What is argument? What is return type? That we will discuss today. The third category is with return type and no argument. And the fourth category is with return type with argument. So let's start with the first category, that is no return type, no argument. So if you don't want to write a return type, whenever you write any function, you need to follow the syntax. And the syntax is what? We can write the return type, then we can write the function name, then in bracket we can write the argument. This argument can be argument 1, argument 2, argument 3. This argument is known as a formal parameter. This argument is known as a formal parameter. If you are writing the return type and if you are mentioning the return type other than the void, right, then you can simply return your return type value, right? So this is the very simple you can say syntax of the function. Now I want to explore the first variety of the function, and which is known as a no return type, no argument. So whenever you think that, sir, I don't want to return any value, then you can use the data type void. Void means no return type, right? Here you can write the function name. For example, I am writing the function name is, that is print line. Now if you are not providing any argument over here, then it is again you can say that there is no argument. So this is a simple function that is void print line without return type and without any argument. So I'm just simply declaring here function void print line. You can say that there is no return type of this function, no return type of this function, and there is no argument provided. There is no argument provided in this function. Now I'm simply printing what? Printf, and now I'm printing the line. That is, this is the simple line. So I'm just writing here slash n. Why? Because whenever any person is calling this function that is print line, I want to print a line. That's it, right? So I'm simply calling what? See, you can say that this print line is a function declaration. We can say this is a function definition. We can say that this is function definition. Now what is function declaration? Function declaration means before using the function, we can declare the same. How we can declare? We can simply say that this is the function that is void print line and will not return any value. It is not compulsory. It is not compulsory. We can write simply like this. This is also known as a function that is prototype, right? So I just mentioned that this is the function declaration and that I want to use, right? So I'm simply removing this integer main. Now here I just want to print a message, and the message is Atmiya University. But before this Atmiya University, I want to call the function that is print line. And after this Atmiya University, I want to call the function that is print line. So whenever you build and run, this print line function will run, and what it will do? It will simply print the line. See here, the Atmiya University, before Atmiya University there is a one line, and after the Atmiya University there is a one line. You can say that this is the first variety of the function, and you can say that this is the first category of the function, that is no return type, and no argument. But sometimes people says that, sir, I want to draw this double equal not only for the static. It means I don't want to write here this equal to, that is 50 times or 60 times. I want to make it user defined. It means, can I pass the value to the user that print this double equal 40 times, 30 times like this? Yes, we can. So I'm just moving to the second demo. I'm just saving this as demo 2. Now what I am writing here, see, this is the second variety. Here I am just providing the argument. It means integer n. The second variety is what? The second variety is this. That is no return type with argument. So what we want to do? I want to do like this, print line, and I want to take the input from the user, how many times you want to print the character. So I will do what? I will take the variable integer I, and then we will simply write the loop I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. And here we will simply print percentage. No need to write percentage. We can simply print double equal, or we can simply print here equal, right? And before for loop, we can write here printf slash n. And after for loop, we can write here printf slash n. So this is the simple variety. Second variety, you can say there is no return type. Yes, no return value, but there is one argument. An argument is what? User can pass the value. So let me copy this, that whatever I had written over here, I want to paste over here. This is the function definition. What I made the changes over here, I will take the input from the user. Now, if user says that I want to draw a equal but 40 times, and I want to draw the equal that is 60 times, right? So now, whenever you build and run, what happens? See, whenever you build and run, you will be able to see over here output that the equal is printed 40 times. Here equal is printed 60 times, right? So now my line is, that is user defined. It means it is in a controlled. My line is in my control. I can write over here 30-30, right? And whenever I write 30-30, the equal to symbol will be repeated only 30 times, right? So I just pass the value 30 over here. It means the n will be assigned as a 30. My loop will run up to 30. It will simply print the equal. So this is the second variety you can say. This is the second variety you can say, that is no return type with argument. But sometimes people says that, sir, can I write only one argument over here? No. Here you can write the any number of argument. For example, I want to take the input from the user. I want to display dash 30 times. And here I want to display, that is a star 30 times. It means now my character is also user defined. So if you are passing the first argument, that is character, and the second argument integer, then your function definition must have the character as a first argument and integer as a second argument. So this dash is passed and I am passing 30. So instead of equal, what I will write, percentage C, and whatever the user has passed, simply print this. Whatever the user has passed, simply print this. And whenever you run this, build and run, what happens? See, 30 times dash is printed over here and 30 times star is printed over here. So this is the second variety you can say. There is no return type of this function. Now I am moving towards the third category, and the third category says that with return type no argument. With return type no argument means, here I have the example. For example, the function name is get square, right? So this function is doing what? There is no return, there is no argument. It means I'm not passing any argument over here in a list, but I'm just simply returning the integer. So what I will see here, what I will do over here, that is written, for example, 5 multiplied by 5. So it will simply return me the 25. So this is the function. You can say that this is the function which is simply returning the integer. But as I suggest earlier, whenever you define any function, before that declare the function. So this function is returning the value, that is get square, returning the integer, and there is no argument over here. Now I want to use this function. How we can use this? Simple. The function which returns, you can use that function in a printf. The function which returns, you can use that function in a printf, or you can store your value in some variable. So what I am doing, I am writing here printf %d. I am calling the function get square. So what it will do, it will call your function get square. It will return the 5 into 5, it is 25, and the 25 will be printed over here. So whenever you execute your program, you will be able to see here 25 is printed. It means my get square function is doing what? It is simply calling. Not only this, even you can do like this, that is I is equal to get square. So what happened? Your get square function will be called and the value will be stored into variable I. And then simply you can print your value. So you can write %d and I. So whenever any function returns any value, you can store in variable or you can directly print in a printf statement, right? But this is the simple function. You can say this function is returning the integer. So I'm storing in variable I and I'm printing the same. And I'm just calling that particular function from printf. So this function will return value. So return value will be printed. But remember, this my function is returning integer and I am printing %d. If this function is returning float, then you need to use the %f, right? So access specifier will be depend upon your return type. So this is the third variety. You can say this is with the return type but no argument. Now what happens? See, this is the function, you can say this is the function declaration So this is the function, but I want to create one more function over here, and that is get cube. But now I want to take the input from the user. It means this is the fourth variety with return type and with argument. So this is my another function, that is get cube. So how to write the definition? So very simple, you can write the definition here, that is get cube is your function. It will take the input from the user, that is number. What it will do? It will simply return number multiply by number multiply by number. So if you pass here 5, then it will return 5 into 5 into 5, it will be 125. Right? So you can call simply your function. For example, you can write get cube. Right? And I can pass over here number, for example 10. I can simply print the value of I. I can print the value of I. So whenever your function is returning any value, you can store that particular value in your variable. So what happened in this particular case, your 10 cube, that is 1000, will be stored and it will be printed. Not only this, you can directly print and you can write %d get cube. So get cube, and I'm passing here 15. So 15 into 15 into 15, right? That is the cube of 15, that is 3375 is the cube of 15 that will be printed over here. So this is the fourth variety. Remember students, now I want to know which is the actual parameter and which is the formal parameter. So very simple, this is the function definition, right? So the parameter which is used in the function definition, this is the function definition. So this number is a formal parameter. You can say this is a formal parameter. This number is a formal parameter. And this get cube, this 15 is a actual parameter, right? So the parameter which is used in the calling the function, it is a actual argument, and the parameter which is used in a function definition, it is known as a formal parameter. Here you can say that in a print line function, these two are the formal parameter, and these two, that is dash and 30, are the actual parameter. Whenever you pass any value, for example, I am passing here, the value is get cube, and I am passing here 10. So whenever you pass any value 10, and it will not change your actual value, it is known as a call by value, right? So what happened? Let me give you the wonderful example for the same. What is call by value and what is call by reference? What is call by value? See here. Please see carefully into this example. I have the one function, that is get cube. This function is returning the number into number into number. Now I have the number is equal to 10, right? I'm just doing what? Printf %d. I'm calling the function get cube and I'm passing the number, right? So the cube of 10 will be 1000. But after this, I just want to print the number, and I want to know my actual value is changed or not. Actual value is this, that is number equal to 10. So actual value is passed over here, that is number, and this is your formal parameter. Now formal parameter has been changed, but your actual will not be. What is the proof? The proof is very simple. You can run this and you will be able to see over here what happens. See, your get cube function is passing the number. It means number into number into number is returned, right? And I am printing over here. So it is 1000, but my actual variable value number is equal to 10. And if I am printing the number over here, then the actual value will be as it is. It means that this is the call by value. Now if you want to know that, sir, I want to know what is call by reference. Whenever you want to know call by reference, very simple. Instead of passing the actual value, we need to pass the address. Whenever you pass address, you can access it via pointer. And whenever you are making here pointer, your function declaration must be pointer. Now, whenever you want to access this, you can just simply write star number multiply by star number multiply by star number. What we will definitely discuss about the pointer in the upcoming lectures. Right now, I'm just giving the example of call by reference. You can assign this to your actual variable. It means you can change your formal parameter and then simply you can return your number. So what happened, whenever you write here that is star number is equal to number into number into number, so your actual variable will be, that is formal parameter will be changed, and your formal parameter will change your actual variable value. Now whenever you run this, you will get the value, that is your actual variable is also 1000 and your cube is also 1000. One of the wonderful thing over here is what? Even if it is a void, listen students carefully, even if it is a void, even if it is a void and if I am not returning the value, then also the value will be changed. Why? Because I am making the changes at the address. If it is a void, if it is a void and I am writing here get cube, it means number is passed over here, address is passed. My address is multiplied over here, so my value will be multiplied, my actual value. It means at this address the value is changed, and whenever you print this, your actual variable will be changed. And whenever you run this, you will get the output, that is 1000. It means that even if it is a void, if you pass the pointer, if you pass the address, then your actual variable will be changed. It means changes into the formal. See, this is the formal parameter. So changes into the formal can change your actual, that is known as a call by reference. But whenever you pass over here, for example, let me correct this. Instead of void, if I am writing integer, right? And if it is not a pointer and address, if it is not pointer and address, then what happen? Even if I am returning the value, even if I am writing here that is number is equal to number into number into number, and even if I am returning the number, then also it will not change my actual value, right? So my variable value is what? That is get cube number. 10 is passed over here, 10 into 10 into 10, 1000. So 1000 is returned over here, but my actual variable value is not changed. Why? Because I am making changes into the formal parameter, and it will not make the changes into your actual, that is called by value. But instead of value, if you are passing here address or array, then it will be changed, and it is known as a call by reference. We will discuss about all these things in the next lecture. So that's it from my side.